So if you're wondering if the iPhone 11 is still worth buying in 2022, I honestly believe it's the perfect entry iPhone. Now, with the release of the 12 and 13, it's brought the price down significantly, and in most cases, you can buy the 11 for around $450 to $500. Now, the phone also has a similar design as those newer iPhones, being all glass. You can also get the 11 in 6 different color options. Now, I've always been a fan of red or blue iPhones, don't ask me why, but if I had to recommend a color option for the 11, it would definitely be red. Now, as far as phone photography, the 11 comes with a 12 megapixel back camera, and it can also record in 4K at 60 frames per second. Now, I wanted to show you a close-up picture, or a couple pictures here I've taken on the 11 of the slick-looking iPhone 12 in blue. Now, this phone also comes with base storage of 64 gigs, which is usually enough for most people. Apple did up that to 128 gigs on the iPhone 13 series. But once again, if you decided to go with the 13 or even the 12, you are going to be spending, $200, $300, or in some case $400 or more for those phones. Now, as far as the display on the iPhone 11, it's 6.1 inches, which is exactly the same size as the 12 and 13. But the difference is this is an LCD display. Now, I don't think an LCD display is a deal breaker. I think it's fine, especially for watching video and playing games. It's never been a big deal. You do get those XDR OLED displays on the 12 and 13. And I'm actually going to grab my blue iPhone 12 so we can kind of just compare, the differences here. And it's not a whole lot, honestly. Like all glass, got the Apple logo in the middle. It's impossible to tell these phones apart, when you've got them flipped over. Now, on the iPhone 13, the camera design is diagonal, so it's a little bit different. But other than that, basically the same thing here. Now, the speed is really good on the iPhone 11. It's also going to be getting all those iOS updates for at least the next 2 to 3 years easy, which is important. That's really about it. The other thing, too, I guess I should mention is you have to deal with the notches still on the 12 and 13. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait for the day that Apple gets rid of this stupid notch on these phones. I figured they would have done it on the iPhone 13 release, but they did not. And before we get more into this, I want to recommend everyone check out the Binance US app. Now, this is my go-to cryptocurrency trading app that I highly recommend checking out, especially if you're not in crypto right now. Now, cryptocurrency is a great way to make money using your phone. So if you guys want to learn more about Binance US or get started, we'll have some bonus sign-up and resource links in both the description and comments. Now, the next thing I want to do here is kind of just show you some of the Apple Arcade gameplay with it. Apple Arcade's awesome. I'm going to check out this new game, Warp Drive. I've been playing it quite a bit lately. But this is just to show you that, this phone can play high graphic games, without any issues. I'm talking about, basically any COD Mobile, PUBG, Fortnite. The speed on this phone is really good as well. It does not lag. And, this game's just awesome. So let me put some work in here. Okay, and then the one thing I wanted to point out as well is that, like I said, you're still dealing with the notch on this phone. So whether you're going to get the iPhone 11 or the 12, it still has the notch at the top. So I'm just trying to make that completely obvious to you guys. I also want to throw up some Into the Dead 2 gameplay here. This is a really cool first-person zombie shooter. It's a very high-graphic game. So I think it's kind of important to just show you that, this phone can really perform well on these, type of games for sure. So let's kill some zombies. And then, of course, I want to recommend a couple cases to you guys if you consider getting the iPhone 11, and that would be the Spigen Tough Armor and the OtterBox Symmetry case. Now, these are two of my favorites. I own quite a bit of different cases, but, Spigen cases you really can't go wrong with. I love the Tough Armor because it's got the Apple logo cut out and it's got the cool kickstand feature on it. The case itself, it's very affordable. It's like $15. And then, of course, the Symmetry series here, I got this one in like an orangish color because I have a red iPhone, but the Symmetry is probably one of the most popular cases you can get for any iPhone. It comes in quite a few different colors. It's a one-piece case. It's very good at protecting your phone, but it's also just very stylish, and I've always loved it. So, these are definitely a couple of nice case options for you if you guys, like I said, consider getting the iPhone 11. So do I think the iPhone 11 is still worth buying in 2022? Absolutely, guys. I think it really is the perfect entry iPhone, especially if you don't want to spend like a ton of money and you want to get an iPhone that's going to be good at least for the next 2 or 3 years. Like I said, between $450 and $500, you've got 6 different color options. This phone comes with base storage of 64 gigs. It goes up from there. Like I said, 64 is pretty much, fine for most people. The design on the 11 is very similar to the 12 and 13, not a whole lot. Plus, you have to deal with the notch still on the 11 as well. Now, it might have an LCD display. Like I said, that's not a deal breaker. The camera's really good on the 11 too for phone photography, and yeah. Anyways, if you have any questions or you want to chime in about the 11, feel free to do that in the comments. Thanks for watching this, guys. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next video.